We're not too big of a delay this time.
Well, maybe I'll take a few months to edit this. So
Okay,
who knows?
that's true. You never know.
Yeah.
Can we get a? You just lifted up that blanket, and I thought you were lifting up your shirt, and I was really confused for half a
Come on.
second.
We're not doing audio visual, right? Those people aren't going to see that.
June.
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 Oh my
June was a
goodness.
month, my man.
Yeah, it was.
It was. It was a month I enjoyed. This was half a year ago.
That's crazy to me.
We're really behind.
Well, not anymore. We're getting back into it.
We're getting back into it. And get ready because the Mr. Movies podcast, we're gonna podcast. Alrighty. I'm gonna go first.
Yes, you should.
I watched an indie film.
Oh.
Have you heard of the director Rian Johnson?
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. He's
so
the Last Jedi
he had
guy.
that little Star Wars movie that
that polarized audiences.
It got a little it made people a little pissy. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Sure, yeah.
One of my favorite Star Wars movies, just in general. I really like The Last Jedi. I think it's masterfully made. And I like that man Rian Johnson. I liked when he brought the knives out. And have you seen Looper, Duncan?
Yes, I have.
I love Looper. So I'm like, this man is just a talented filmmaker, but I pondered the question, when did it begin? So I decided to go way back and I watched his I can tell you, I'm dragging this out. I see the look on your face. I decided to go to the roots, the beginning, Duncan, and find out how this man became the man. So I watched his very first feature film called Brick, which
I've actually heard of this.
I really, really like this film. And I don't think there's like a Blu-ray release for it or anything. I had to stream it off like one of those crappy services where like it's free, but there's an ad every 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I know those well.
Actually, I think they just may have added it to the Criterion collection. So if you're looking to spend $40 on it, there you go. Or you can stream it for free with 500 minutes of commercials in between. But I vividly remember this movie, and this was half a year ago, and like I thought it was very striking. You see a young Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it.
That's right. In it. Yeah.
And it's just really well made. I just love how over the top it is while being grounded in its own reality. And just the cinematic language is quite excellent. And you definitely see those like roots of the beginning of Rian Johnson and the filmmaker he would become.
Oh, that must be fun to see.
He directed like some of the best. I think he directed the best episode of Breaking Bad. He also directed the most divisive episode of Breaking Bad, which is the Fly episode. How do you feel about the Fly episode?
That guy loves being divisive.
I love the Fly episode.
I really like it too, but I think it does depend on like what you think the Fly represents, right?
Yeah.
So I had Brick recommended to me, and the reason I didn't go through with it is because I was worried the high school setting would make it feel too cheesy. And you mentioned how grounded it feels. So I wanted to ask, like, does this feel like a high school musical style, like cheesy?
The way I use the word grounded is different from other people. When I say grounded, I don't mean realistic. It is cheesy, but it's cheesy and it is over the top, but it stays grounded within that cinematic reality. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when I say it's grounded, I don't mean like it's super realistic. I mean like it sets up the world and then it sticks to it. It doesn't go like bananas off of it. So it sets up an over the top world, but it sticks to it. It doesn't try to like, it knows what it is.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, no, it's really creative and really well done. I really enjoyed it. I might break down and get the Criterion, but we'll see.
Wow.
I really liked that.
That's committed.
Alrighty. Should I go again? Because you only had
yeah. So why don't you take us away one more time?
I watched a movie on Disney Plus. I didn't pay the $30 for it. I waited until it was made available for free.
Uh-huh.
I watched Raya and the Last Dragon.
Tell me about that.
And some people didn't like this movie for story reasons. I will say the story's it's like, as far as like Disney animated movies go for Pixar, the story isn't like the best I've seen, but from Pixar, but it's still really good. But the thing like about this movie that like was jaw-dropping to me is just how gorgeous the animation is in this film.
Oh, yeah.
And how intense the movie is. The movie has stakes. Like it has stakes, and you feel like at any second, like people could die. And I loved that for like a Pixar movie. I was like, yeah, I was all about it.
Wow, that's usually not territory they go to, but
the fight scenes, the fight choreography, I couldn't believe I was watching a Pixar film. Like it was just insane. It was intense. They did a good job of building tension. I love the character dynamics. Just rethinking about this movie, I really want to go revisit it. I had such a fun time watching. I don't know, have you seen it?
I've only seen promotion for it. I think I also did not want to spend $30 on it.
Yeah, no, it's free now if you have Disney Plus. So I definitely recommend giving it a watch.
Yeah,
I
just
watched
might
some
do that.
straight up bangers this month now that I'm looking at it. But
Oh, good.
yeah, I really love Ryan the Last Dragon. And going back to Ryan Johnson, I'm happy that Kelly Marie Tran, she got a lot of unnecessary
God, we could do a whole episode.
We could do a whole episode. That would actually be a great episode on just like internet reacting to actors and like.
Yeah, I think we do need to start taking.
That'd be a really cool episode.
I feel so bad for her.
Dude, let's write that. Can you write that down? Can we like get that on the show? I really want to make that an episode.
Yeah, I'll put it in my idea folder.
So we won't say much on Kelly Marie Tran now, but because I definitely think that's something I really want to dive into and give it the time and attention it deserves. But I'm just really happy that Disney was able to give her a chance to give her a project where she could kind of say screw you to the haters, like I am talented.
Yeah.
She does a really amazing job in this film, and I really enjoyed it. Duncan, I have a feeling we watched something that we both watched this month.
Oh.
I'm gonna let you take it away, and when it happens, I'll let you know.
Well, that's very nice of you, Frank. I appreciate your generosity.
That's what I'm here for. Bada bing. I don't know
why. My God, I watched a little indie movie called Kajillionaire.
Oh, I've heard of this. It's on my list on HBO, but I have not checked it out yet.
Yeah, it is one of those movies where this one's tricky because I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I also did not.
Okay.
If that makes sense. I think this movie, you really have to be in the right mood for it because it's one of those indie movies that's very experimental at times. It tries a lot of things depending on the scene. So it's kind of inconsistent. I think that's the one negative I can say about it. But essentially it is about these people in LA who are struggling to financially survive. Like they have
struggling to financially survive in LA.
But it's about these three people who like have rent payments over their head, and so they're trying to like angle these different scams and ways to unofficially make money.
Yeah.
And the movie is essentially this family taking as many opportunities that are handed to them, and it's about their daughter who is kind of sick of it. And so the title of Kajillionaire, right? It's this made up financial status.
Yeah.
Like $1 kajillion. So the
do
movie
you recommend I seek this out?
I do. I think this movie is very interesting, and I do think it is important to watch and really understand how money takes over some people.
Yeah.
But you definitely have to be in the mood for it. Definitely don't go into it expecting the thrill ride of an adventure movie because it's very slow and very like
I've been wanting to check that one out. It's on my list. I remember when I did my internship last year, I think it had just come out, and one girl was like, "It's the great." It was like she was obsessed with that.
Oh wow. I don't know how you could be obsessed with this movie, but it's still pretty good.
Okay, alrighty. Duncan, are you a
Yes.
fan of horror movies?
I love horror movies.
What are your favorite kinds of horror movies?
The spooky, scary ones.
Well, I watched a spooky, scary one.
Oh,
Uh,
no
it,
kidding.
it was an HBO Max same day premiere.
Uh-oh.
I watched The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It.
Wow, I remember seeing unskippable YouTube ads for this movie. And I was like, I just want to watch my fucking 5-minute video, but they're showing me a 3-minute advertisement of like some demon coming through a mattress.
Yeah, the waterbed scene. I really liked this movie. For the third movie in a horror trilogy, it was actually really good.
Ooh.
I really like the characters that Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga portrayed, the Warren family.
Yeah.
I've become so attached to them that, like, I'll just watch any of the Conjuring movies at this point.
They deserve like a nice family vacation where nothing bad
Don't they?
happens.
Yeah, no creepy Annabelle dolls, no nothing.
I want like the 5th movie to just be them going to the beach and like nothing bad happens.
just having a good time.
Exactly. Well, tell me about this movie.
Well, The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It, follows up. I can't remember if it was the boy. Yeah,
That's the problem with taking so long to do these. Is that we get to the movies and we're like,
I know. I'm like, wait, what happened? I know. Yes, now I remember. It starts with a little boy being possessed, and the little boy's sister's boyfriend, basically takes the demon inside of the little boy, and has him go through him instead, to spare the little boy. But then the guy starts like killing people and stuff, so he goes to prison. And what I really liked about this movie is it kind of becomes a little bit of a courtroom drama, which I thought was very different approach to take, but really interesting one, where they basically have to try to prove this man's innocence by saying he was possessed. But like, how do they prove that? So like, it was really kind of interesting. And I really liked, the Conjuring movies. What I like about them is how they kind of they do try to switch it up, which I appreciate, because a lot of horror franchises is trying to do the same thing over and over again, and it gets stale, it gets boring. And like, I don't know how you convince a big studio to make a horror movie courtroom drama, but
that would be tricky.
they did it. They pulled it off, and I really enjoyed it. And I definitely don't recommend like seeking out this movie if you're not a fan of the other Conjuring movies. If you don't like the other Conjuring movies, this one's not going to be for you, obviously. But if you are, this is definitely like a must watch, just a fun movie to put on and just enjoy.
Yeah,
I said what I said.
Good for you, man.
I'm gonna stick to it, damn it.
That's what I love about you, kid. All right.
Don't let the haters get you down.
Exactly.
How many do you have left?
I have 4 left.
So do I already.
All right, look at us. I watched a movie called Eurovision Fire Saga. All right, so this movie is a not very serious, not very super well done comedy that I still enjoyed.
Okay.
I think I had to turn off the movie critic in my brain in order to enjoy this movie. I watched this like with my uncle at like 8 o'clock when I was leaving Chicago. Like,
that's really funny.
The night before my flight, he just put this movie on.
Do you recommend? Does watching the film with one's uncle enhance the experience?
I can't speak to everyone's uncle, but
what kind of uncle?
I don't know. He's nice.
Like, you don't want to watch this with like the drunk Uncle Gary. You know what I'm saying?
I do not possess a drunk Uncle Gary, but I'm sure
neither
you're right.
do I. But
I'm sure you're right about that. Yeah, it's a movie about these people who want to win this song contest, and so they work their butts off, and god damn it, they make it. They make it to the whatever.
I'm proud of them.
The one very interesting moment of this movie that I will speak on. I won't talk about this movie very long, but like the reason that these two make it to this world premiere is because everyone else from their country who tried out explodes.
Wait, what?
Like at the tryouts, there's this group of people who are so much better than the main characters. And but like they let the main characters still try out kind of like as a joke.
Yeah.
And then after the tryouts, all of the contestants go to this party, but they don't invite the main characters because of how bad they were. And
Uh-huh.
this party's on a boat, and the boat literally explodes. And that's the only reason the main characters make it. And conceptually, it's a funny idea, like it's a
Yeah.
fun bit, but actually watching them explode,
Is it horrific?
it's way too far for this movie's concept. Like
Is it gory?
yeah, like an arm lands right next to the main characters on the shore. Like a burnt, charred up arm of like
Oh
one of
my
the
God.
it's that stuck with me for the rest of the movie. Like I couldn't
Uh-huh.
enjoy the music because I was like, oh my God, those people
Yeah.
exploded. Maybe that's me being like raw and sensitive during this time, but like, huh,
Yeah.
it's a very fucked up thing to have in your comedy.
Is the movie overall funny? Would you recommend it?
Yeah, it's a fine time. I mean, I don't know if I'd recommend it if you're gonna be sober, but like, yeah, it's a fun movie.
Alrighty. Wow. Since we're talking about comedies,
Ooh.
um, I might as well keep it up. I watched a movie called Date Night, starring Steve Carell and Tina Fey. It's about if I was a married couple,
Uh-huh.
and their marriage has the spark is not alive, Duncan. They need to
Uh-oh.
rekindle the fire. They need to make magic happen. So they
Uh-oh.
decide to go on a date out in New York City. They want to go to this fancy restaurant, but they can't. They're booked. They're booked. So
Oh.
they look on the reservation list and they say that they're this couple. So they get a table, but it turns out that couple a few days ago robbed these mobsters, who I believe Ray Liotta is one of the mobsters, and and um uh, and so the mobsters meet up at the restaurant to confront these people, but it's not them, and hijinks ensues. And this movie is so over the top. It's so just bad shit crazy. And I enjoyed every second of it. You have
Oh.
a pre Wonder Woman Gal Gadot is in there for like 2 minutes just randomly. It's so freaking over the top. Um, some weird cameos. Bill Burr has like a small role as like a police officer.
Well,
Um,
that's the role he does best.
I really enjoyed this movie. Um, it's not one where I'm like everyone needs to watch it, but I had a fun time with it.
Oh, well, that's what
Isn't that what
matters.
it's all about, Duncan? It's all
Yeah.
about having a fun time. Damn it.
It's about what we think.
Amen.
No one else gets an opinion. It's about what we
Nobody
think.
gets an opinion. They get an opinion, but it's just not valid.
That's true. Yeah. Where's their podcast?
Yeah, where's their
And
podcast?
if they do have a podcast, it's not as good as ours. So
It's not the Mr. Movies podcast.
there you go. On that note, I watched Surf's Up.
You watch Surf's Up? What the hell? Was this Ian's pick for the family movie night?
It wasn't, but it might as well have been.
What the hell? Why did you watch this movie?
I'd never seen it, and I think I had people talking about it, and I was like, I don't want to miss out
It is
on this.
wild. It's a wild movie.
I can't believe that it exists.
Yeah.
This is like a Shrek era animated movie
Yeah.
where it's for kids, but there's like way too many like concepts that
Oh yeah.
only adults would enjoy.
Isn't the whole movie shot like a documentary?
Yes. This is a movie about penguin surfing,
Oh
and it
my.
is shot like a documentary with like sit down interviews and handheld camera. It's absolutely bizarre.
It's the
The,
craziest thing.
the main character is voiced by Shia LaBeouf, which is a little old now.
Wasn't this like a ripoff of Happy Feet when it first came out?
Yeah, no, now that I'm thinking about it, they are extremely
Yeah.
similar. But anyway, it's just the whole point is that there's this mean penguin and he's gonna win because he's big and strong. But then the main character, he's not good at surfing, but he loves it. And it's his passion for it that makes the teacher choose him.
Yeah.
And then it's just an hour of nothing. And then
I remember watching this movie when I was a child and enjoying it, and my parents being like, please stop watching that movie.
I think I was both. I think
Yeah.
there were moments where I could connect to like my inner child enjoying this movie. And then for the rest of it, I was like, dear God, how did they make this? Why did they make this?
Yeah.
And can I please stop watching it?
Uh-huh.
But I stuck through to the end, and part of me wishes I didn't, because I don't think I gained anything from this movie.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a weird one. It's obscure for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that movie made money at the box office.
Well, they made a
I
sequel
don't
10 years later.
What?
There's a Surf's Up 2 featuring John Cena.
What? I don't understand, Duncan. I don't understand.
Me neither. Why don't you talk about something you do understand with your next pick?
I watched I have 3 left, and
Whoa.
good news, they're all bangers.
Ooh, all right, take it away.
They're all highly recommend you seek out. So my first one we'll start with is something you probably watched this month too, and that is Bo Burnham's Inside.
That's on my list. Yeah.
Alrighty, I
Holy
figured
shit.
it would be.
Let's talk about it.
I didn't expect much given that I heard that it took place in one room,
Right.
and it was filmed during COVID. And then I watched it and I got really depressed, but it was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, this fucking thing is so powerful.
Yeah.
And like it's kind of a meme that the Bo Burnham fans are like annoying about it, but like I will be annoying about this because it's just so well done, and it really captures what performing during a low moment in your life is like. Like I know for me personally, every time he did that zoom into the camera, like the lens, like looking right at the camera,
Yeah.
that fucking sucked, because that's what I see when I film my videos. And
like and subscribe to Kunk and Dassner, help them get
that's enough out of
100K.
you. That is more than enough.
If you don't get 100K by the end of the year, I'm gonna fly to Russia and tell whoever controls the bots to just spice it up.
That's very kind of you.
Then I'll get tossed in the gulag and they'll cut my legs off, but it'd be all worth it for you.
Well, it's the thought that counts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just found this not, I don't want to say relatable, because obviously I'm nowhere near that level of talent, but like I think that struggle of being seen and constantly needing to be on is that struck a chord for sure. What'd you think?
I really liked it. I want to talk about something that I don't think a lot of people really talk about when discussing the special, and that's the lighting.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ! I thought the lighting in this thing was just through lighting. This literally shows you the power of lighting and like the use of projectors and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't realize it was shot all in one room. But he makes that one room feel like a million locations.
He does, yeah.
And lighting, it's crazy.
I don't think people know how hard lighting is, because like
lighting freaking sucks.
It not only does it suck, but it's hard to do.
I literally behind me have a broken light stand because I shot a short film last month and the damn thing fell because I was trying to get the angle just right. That'll piss you off. Oh yeah. It's just like, There's lighting, setting the angle, the fusion. It's a pain in the ass.
And if it sucks, it can tank your whole project.
Yeah. It can either elevate or tank your entire project.
But this crazy son of a bitch, he did it.
He nailed it all by himself. All by himself.
That blows my mind.
Yeah, I just enjoyed it. That's all I gotta say, Duncan.
Yeah, if you
Anything
have
else?
not seen this,
This is a must
strong
watch.
recommend. 10
It's
out
on
of 10.
Netflix. What's your excuse?
Yeah. Very, very easy to sit down and watch, and it'll stick with you.
It will. It will stick with you. I like the Jeff Bezos song.
Oh man.
So
I know
good.
I just told you this.
So randomly just I'm getting a phone call right now. I'm gonna answer it on speaker right now, live for the podcast. Hello?
Hi, this is Officer calling you from the legal department. The very second you receive this message, you need to leave your work aside so that we can discuss about your case and take necessary action.
Woman, I'm recording a podcast right now. This is gonna have to wait. All right, so
Are you being arrested right now?
I don't care. I hate these freaking robocalls. What was I saying? After that phone call, I'm waiting for the damn FBI SWAT to just freaking come through the windows and take me out.
What a way to end the podcast.
If it works, I give you permission to show the video.
Oh. Well, yeah, that was Inside was on my list, so I think you have to go again.
No, you go.
I'm on my last one. Don't you have 2 left?
Oh shoot. Okay, I watched another banger of a film.
Take it away.
Have you ever seen the movie 500 Days of Summer?
I have not. I've intentionally avoided it.
I've never seen a movie, and I part of me hates to admit this because the main character is a bad person.
Uh-huh.
I've never seen a movie I resonate with more.
No.
And part of me was like, but it was good. It was good because I was like, you know what? I see the flaws. And you know,
why don't we go over what those flaws are really quick?
You know, just expectations from relationships. And sometimes you can hold them too high and you're not accepting the person for who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I could relate to that because I've done that. I'm not proud of it, but you know, you learn and you grow from it. So that's what I really liked about this movie, is that it kind of shows the growth, how you can like overcome it and grow. And not everything's supposed to be perfect. Life is this big mess of a journey. And I highly recommend this movie. I highly recommend it. I love this movie. And I think there's definitely a lot of people who watch this movie and miss the point of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I like to think I understood it and what the filmmakers were trying to say. And have you heard, what's your experience with this movie? Because you're making faces.
Right. So I have not seen this movie, to be completely fair. But this movie is kind of held to the very famous interpretation that everyone in this movie sucks.
Yes.
And it kind of is responsible for setting the standards for the manic pixie dream girl trope.
Okay.
Of a woman that just shows up in a broken man's life and teaches him how to love again, and then is discarded like a used tissue. I didn't
feel that way when I watched the movie. I didn't feel she was discarded at the end. I felt she served a really big purpose.
Sure, but I think, like you said, a lot of people did not read this movie perhaps the way it was meant to be read.
And I hate the way people talk about past relationships of theirs and stuff. Like I'm just gonna open up and be completely honest.
Sure.
I hate it when I'm talking to someone. They're like, "Oh, my last partner. Oh, what a enter curse word name," because to me, you know, every person, the odds of it working out are greatly stacked against you. I'm just gonna be honest. It's greatly stacked against you.
You're probably not meeting your soulmate at 17. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, I think every relationship that goes badly is a great learning experience. And I know personally, as a person, I've grown from that. So I never like to bash or say anything bad about anybody who I've dated. Because to me, like, the life lessons you learn from that are invaluable. And, like, you're never gonna, let's say you meet your soul person that you're supposed to be with for the rest of your life. And I'm a dumbass. I believe that's real.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, even if you meet them, you're not going to be emotionally ready unless you go through the beats. You know what I'm saying?
It's a journey, absolutely.
It is a journey. And I think this movie perfectly shows that journey. But sadly, a lot of people who watch this movie are just not intelligent and are like, oh, that woman is such a jerk. It's like, no, she's not. She didn't really do. Yeah, she does some stuff that's wrong, but everybody in a relationship is going to do stuff that's wrong. I don't think she's 100% to blame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I recommend seeking this movie out. I've never seen a movie where I was like, dang, this movie just gets it. This movie just gets it.
Yeah, I do think if you watch this movie through the right lens, it is a very, very teachable story, right?
There is a very powerful moment in this film that the director Mark Webb does, where it's a split screen of a dinner party that the main character is going to see this girl that he likes. And on the left, it shows his expectations for the night. And on the right, it shows the reality of it. I think that is the most cold-hearted, just realistic, just like, oh God, it's sickening how realistic it is. And you're just like, oh.
As a man with
I think everyone's been there 100 times. And I loved it, dude. I loved it. I saw that sequence and I was like, this is why I love movies. Like, that is why I love movies. Like, I love this movie so much. And I can't recommend it enough.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, all right.
I knew I had to say this one towards the end because I was like, I got to give it a glowing review. I've watched 100 video essays on this movie, and they all say this. They all say it. They all say this. They can say it better than I can. This movie is spectacular, and so many people watch it wrong, and it's infuriating because it's so good.
You know what? Your review has reconvinced me. I'm gonna check this out.
You got to check this one out. I love this movie.
Well, yeah.
I love this movie. Oh, you got to go next. I've expelled so much energy, and the one I want to talk about next is another must watch.
All right. So my last thing for June was Oh Hello on Broadway on Netflix.
Was this a musical?
No. This is John Mulaney and Nick Kroll dressing up as old people.
Okay.
And then putting on this meta Broadway within a Broadway performance where they are like speaking to the audience as if they wrote the play that they're showing. It's two old people who are like, welcome to our Broadway show. I'm going to be playing this guy.
Oh, okay. I see. So they're playing characters and those characters wrote the show.
Exactly.
Okay.
And they're just, I mean, I don't know if you have old people in your life who are desperate to be creative. I know I do. And just the John Mulaney and Nick Kroll absolutely nail it. How like delusional old people can be about their own level of talent. Like,
is it streaming?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's kind of short. It's like an hour and a half.
Okay.
But it's really funny because they're so proud of this. They keep like yelling at the audience on like how good it's gonna be. And then they're like up there and they're like reading the stage direction out loud and like mispronouncing words and like pausing the production to like brag about where they got the set. And it's
I love that. That's great.
It's a really funny.
I know people who aren't old that are like that.
Exactly.
I'm like, I feel like just having gone to art school, I'm going to enjoy this.
Oh, believe me.
I'm going to seek this one out. What's it called?
It's called Oh Hello, because they open every scene by going, oh, hello.
Okay.
It's very old. It's it's got some like inappropriate humor kind of.
When was it made?
I'm not sure. Pre-pandemic for sure.
Can I watch it with the fam?
Yeah, probably. There's probably one or two jokes that like you won't mention in your review with them, but yeah. Yeah, it's a strong recommendation. It's very
I'll
funny.
check it out. Are we ready?
Why don't you take us home, Frankie, my man?
I'm gonna take it home. I watched another HBO same day theater, same day HBO premiere. I watched the film In the Heights.
Wow, yeah.
Have you watched In the Heights?
I have not. This is another one of those unskippable YouTube ad movies that just rubbed
Yep.
me the wrong way.
HBO was on it with the same day. They really wanted you to watch.
Uh-huh.
So I gotta get into it now. I gotta
Okay.
hop into it. Alrighty. I'm gonna get heated. I'm gonna get angry. I'm gonna talk about Hollywood's failure to adapt musicals. Because
Oh
here's
wow,
the
we're
thing.
really going in.
Here's the thing. They're either shot. Sometimes they're so focused on the fact that it's a musical, they forget that they're making a movie, and the shot composition and just the way the film is made is just horrendous.
Okay.
It's just so flat. It's so boring. I feel like I'm watching like some, what you would call multicam sitcom. Like I'm just bored
Yeah.
watching it. However, this movie knows it's a movie. The director, John Chu, who did Crazy Rich Asians, he comes in and he says, I'm going to make this the most spectacular, most colorful, loudest thing you've ever seen, and you're going to love it, damn it. And damn it, I did. The music is incredible. Anthony Ramos stars spectacularly. You get a fun little cameo from Lin-Manuel Miranda. You gotta have it. You gotta have it.
You don't have to, actually.
You gotta have it. Oh, there's an end credit scene with him and Chris Jackson.
Oh my god.
And
he
they
put
just their
himself in the
banter
end
is
credits.
spectacular. At the end credit scene. I love that end credit scene. There's some Hamilton references. You gotta throw them in there. One of the ringtones of the characters is a song from Hamilton. I won't spoil which one, but keep your ears open for it.
What the hell? I am not watching this movie now.
It's so good, dude. It's so good.
Hamilton would be so much better if Lin-Manuel's ego wasn't like
seeping
into the
can't.
script.
Why you gotta trash? We literally have a 40-minute Hamilton review on this channel where you just trash him, and I won't stand for it.
I don't want to listen to a play about a man sucking his own dick for 2 hours.
Oh my God, Duncan! Jesus Christ!
That's what he does. Everything he does.
Such a talented guy. Is there nothing? There's nothing wrong with knowing you're talented.
He's definitely like a theater kid who wasn't like picked for the main role as a kid, and then he was like, "I'll show them. I'll show them all." And now
that's me with my directing, but so I take that as a personal attack.
But I hate how like snooty he is. You know?
I feel like I had the same experience as him.
Frank, you're so much better than Lin-Manuel, and it hurts to hear you.
I wish that were true, Duncan. I wish that were true, but it's not.
You owe yourself so much more respect than a Lin-Manuel comparison.
Oh my gosh. Lin-Manuel Miranda is if I'm half the man he is.
We're gonna have to do another debate night.
He wrote the theme song for DuckTales, Duncan.
I don't know that. I haven't heard it.
I don't either, but it's still worth some respect.
We need to do another debate night where we just fight about Lin-Manuel Miranda, because this is good.
Lin-Manuel Miranda and Mission Impossible Fallout.
Oh my god. We should do a series where we just like fight like about like a debate night thing.
500 Days of Summer and In the Heights. Check them out.
All right. Wow.
Check them out. I believe that brings us to the end of June.
That's crazy.
It's insane. It's insanity. But we did it. You gotta tickle. No, you can't tickle. You gotta tackle. You have to brutally abolish the destroy the subscribe button. You gotta punch that bell notification in the face. While you're down there, you might as well grotesquely grab the like button.
What is with all of these? Oh my god.
If you're not violent, they won't do it, Duncan.
I don't know if that's true. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you for keeping up with our bullshit.
We love and appreciate you.
The FBI! Oh God, they got me! No!
He's dead. Oh, he's dead. I watched it happen. Oh, it was over in an instant. Oh, all right. Bye, everybody.